The pier was a war zone of lights and shouting. Officers swarmed like ants, guns raised, sirens wailing. Floodlights sliced through the fog, pinning Sasha and Anna against the edge of the dock. "Hands up!" Doyle roared from the chaos. "Now!" Anna clutched Sasha's arm. "We can't outrun them." Sasha's eyes darted across the water. A rusted skiff bobbed against the pilings, its rope tether half-snapped. He didn't hesitate. He grabbed Anna's hand and leapt. Bullets cracked, sparks erupted from steel. They hit the deck of the skiff, Sasha slashing the rope free with his knife. The boat lurched into the current, engines dead, carried only by the dark tide. Floodlights swept, but the fog swallowed them whole. Hours later, they drifted upriver, the city lights shrinking behind them. Anna's hands trembled as she clutched her notebook, ink smeared from rain and blood. She whispered, "We can't keep running blind. Every move he makes, it's tied to you. To your past." Sasha's jaw tightened. "The fire." Anna nodded. "The orphanage. Everything starts there. If we want to beat him, we need to know what happened that night." Sasha stared into the black water, memories burning behind his eyes. Flames. Screams. A small hand slipping from his grasp. He muttered, almost to himself, "I thought he died. I thought I left him behind." By dawn, they abandoned the skiff and trekked inland. The city gave way to suburbs, then to the skeleton of an old building blackened by fire. The St. Agnes Children's Home. The place still stood, though barely. Charred beams jutted skyward, walls sagged inward. Graffiti marked what little remained, but the smell of ash lingered even decades later. Anna whispered, "This is where he was born. Where you both were." Sasha stepped inside, boots crunching over broken glass. The air was thick with dust and memory. They found what remained of the records room in the basement. Filing cabinets warped by heat, drawers melted shut. Anna pried one open with a crowbar, coughing as soot billowed out. Inside were fragments, half-burned papers, blackened folders. She sifted carefully, her journalist's instincts alive. Her fingers brushed a scorched page. She held it up to the light. Rudenko Alexander, transferred, adopted, USA. Below it, another line. Half-burned, but legible enough. Rudenko, twin missing. Presumed deceased. Anna's breath caught. "It's here. Proof. You weren't imagining him. They recorded it. You had a brother." Sasha's throat closed. He pressed a hand against the wall to steady himself. Seeing it in black and white, not memory, not madness, but fact, was like swallowing glass. But there was more. Beneath the Rudenko file, Anna found a letter, its edges curled by fire. The handwriting was frantic, almost unreadable. "The boy is dangerous. The fire wasn't an accident. Keep them apart. Do not let the twins stay together." The rest was gone, eaten by flames. Anna's skin prickled. The fire, it wasn't random, was it? Someone tried to warn them. Sasha shook his head violently. No, he was a child. He couldn't have. But even as he said it, memories flashed. His brother standing too close to the flames. The way he hadn't cried when others screamed. The way his eyes had glowed. Suddenly, a floorboard creaked above. Sasha snapped his gun up. "Someone's here." They froze. Dust drifted from the ceiling as footsteps moved across the burned-out halls. Anna's pulse raced. "Police?" Sasha shook his head. No, he wouldn't let them this close. From the shadows upstairs, a voice echoed down. Soft. Familiar. "Home sweet home, brother." Anna's blood ran cold. Sasha hissed, "He's here." The burned-out hall groaned with every step. Wind hissed through shattered windows, carrying the smell of ash and mold. Sasha raised his gun, eyes scanning the darkness above. "Show yourself," his voice echoed off the scorched walls. For a moment, only silence answered. Then a low chuckle drifted down, warm and unsettling. "Still barking orders, detective. Just like Father Doyle used to tell you. Always the good soldier. Always the loud one." Sasha's breath caught. He hadn't heard that name in decades. Doyle, the head of St. Agnes, long dead now. Beside him, Anna tightened her grip on the crowbar she'd used to pry the files. Her notebook was tucked under her coat, pressed against her chest like a shield. "Where are you?" Sasha demanded. From the shadows above, a figure stepped into view. The firelight of memory came alive. Same jawline. Same frame. Same eyes. But sharper. Hungrier. The twin smiled. "Right where you left me." He descended the burned stairwell slowly, deliberately, like a man savoring a reunion. His boots cracked glass, his shadow stretching long across the floor. Anna's throat tightened. She whispered, Sasha. Sasha raised his weapon. His own hands trembled. Pointing a gun at his own face was like staring into a mirror that breathed. The twin stopped just out of reach. What will you do, brother? Shoot yourself? Or embrace me? The silence was unbearable. Then Anna stepped forward. You planned all of this, she said, forcing her voice steady. The flowers. The notes. The kisses. It's not about them. It's about him. It's always been about Sasha. The twin turned his gaze on her, and his smile widened. Ah, the listener, he whispered. You understand. Finally, someone sees the truth. He crouched slightly, eyes never leaving hers. Tell me, when you look at him, do you see me too? Do you wonder which one of us you're saving? Anna's heart pounded, but she didn't look away. Sasha stepped between them, gun aimed steady now. Leave her out of this. The twin tilted his head, amused. Protective. Just like with Mother. Just like when you pulled me from the fire, only to let me slip away. His voice dropped, almost tender. But you didn't save her either, did you? You never save anyone. Sasha's chest tightened. Shut your mouth. Suddenly, footsteps echoed outside, boots on gravel. Flashlights cut through broken windows. Police, a voice shouted. Anna's stomach lurched. They followed us. The twin chuckled softly. Perfect timing. He reached into his coat and pulled out a flower, a black dahlia, and placed it gently on a charred beam. For betrayal, he whispered. For blood. Then, before Sasha could react, he vanished into the shadows, slipping through a hole in the wall just as floodlights burst into the room. Freeze! Officers roared, guns trained on Sasha and Anna. Sasha's finger hovered over the trigger, but he knew the truth. If he fired, he was dead. Anna's notebook slipped from her coat, scattering burned documents across the floor. Officers seized them instantly. Captain Doyle pushed forward, eyes blazing. Enough, Rudenko. Hands on your head now. Sasha's gaze flicked to the beam where the black dahlia lay. Its petals glistened in the light, mocking him. He lowered his gun slowly, heart pounding. For the second time, his brother had escaped. And once again, Sasha stood as the monster in the eyes of everyone else. The ruins of St. Agnes shook with voices. Flashlights carved through the charred skeleton of the building, beams catching every shard of glass, every puff of dust. Hands on your head, officers barked. Down on the ground. Sasha's gun lay at his feet. Anna's notebook and the burned documents were already in police hands. The black dahlia gleamed on the beam behind them like a signature. Doyle pushed forward, face set in granite. It's over, Rudenko. You and your friend are done. Anna raised her hands slowly, heart pounding. She saw the way the officers looked at her, not as a journalist anymore, but as an accomplice. Sasha's gaze darted to a hole in the wall where his brother had slipped away. Smoke still drifted through it, curling like a taunt. The only way out. He whispered to Anna, follow me. Her eyes widened. Sasha will be shot. Trust me. He moved fast. In one motion he grabbed the iron crowbar from the floor, swung it at a collapsed beam, and sent a shower of sparks and debris crashing down between them and the advancing officers. Go, he barked. Anna bolted through the hole in the wall, Sasha right behind her as shouts and gunfire erupted. Splinters and ash rained down, but somehow they kept moving, tumbling into the overgrown yard behind the orphanage. They sprinted into the night, lungs burning, sirens wailing in the distance. They didn't stop until they reached the skeleton of an old train bridge, half a mile away. Breathless, they collapsed under the steel frame, the river below whispering in the dark. Anna's hands shook as she clutched her notebook. We can't keep this up. They saw me, Sasha. They saw me with you. I'm not just a reporter anymore. I'm a fugitive. Sasha's eyes were hollow. He planned it. Every step. Every flower. Now it's not just me, it's us. That's what he wanted. Anna met his gaze. For a moment, fear and anger collided inside her. Then resolve hardened her voice. Then we stop playing defense. We stop running. We go after him. Far away, in the upper window of the orphanage, the twin watched them vanish into the night. The black dahlia still rested on the beam, lit by a stray flashlight. He touched the scar across his arm where Anna had cut him days earlier and smiled faintly. Two reflections running side by side, he whispered. But only one shadow belongs in the glass. He plucked another flower from his pocket, a white camellia, symbol of longing, and tucked it carefully into his coat. Soon, by dawn, every news outlet in the city blared the same headline. Detective Rudenko and accomplice journalist escape raid at St. Agnes Orphanage. Subtitles scrolled with fevered speculation. Evidence confirms Rudenko's guilt. Martinez suspected of aiding murders. Photos of Sasha and Anna flashed across every screen, their faces side by side. To the city, there was no difference between them and the killer. Anna slammed the motel TV off hours later, fury burning in her chest. They'll never believe us now. Never. Sasha sat at the window, staring into the rising sun, his silhouette cut sharp against the light. His voice was low, broken. We don't need them to believe. We just need to find him before the next flower falls. Anna swallowed hard, then pulled her notebook closer. She sketched the timeline of every victim, every flower, every note. Her hand trembled, but her words came steady. Then we start here. With the ashes.